All right. Again, here we are on Domestic Fridays. Yes. So, here today on Domestic Friday, today is October the 26th. This is going to be a magnificent topic that we're going to talk about. It's going to be kind of touchy. So, if this subject is touchy for you, by all means, you know, catch us at the end of the video. You feel what I'm saying? So, today's topic we're going to talk about is child abuse. But first, before we do that, I need you to follow me on YouTube at Phenomenal Reflections with an S. And I need you to follow me on TikTok at Phenomenal Mindy so you can get all the updates and see all the topics that we're talking about. If you're looking from YouTube, you should be able to see a list of videos that I have. Start from the beginning and go ahead and listen in. Some of them are a little bit lengthy. I'm not going to lie to you, but that's because the topic got so good and interesting to me that they're just something that I was feeling at the time. So whatever the vibe is, this what I'm rolling with. You feel what I'm saying? I'm rolling. So again, this month is domestic violence month. The color is purple, and this is gonna be the last month that we're gonna honor the domestic violence nationally. Let me say that nationally. That's the last month. This is the month, I'm sorry, that we're gonna honor that. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and dive into the topic. Today's topic, what we're gonna talk about is child abuse. And I know this is a touchy subject. This is a touchy thing that a lot of people don't like talking about, but we've all encountered that, especially if you're from, or especially if you have ancestors, let me say that have been from the South. And I'm not saying that the North, the East, the West don't have it too, but most of the people that's from the South that came, through certain people and brought over here, these are certain things that they learned as a slave. So I'm gonna be really real and transparent with you. Try not to be lengthy with this topic on this particular episode, but let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm gonna say child abuse for me is something that is a worldwide thing that still goes on, and you could be taking care of a child. You could be doing everything that you need to be doing for a child, but you still are abusive. And I'm just gonna be real with it. And a lot of times growing up, we think or we thought that the things that our parents was doing to us wasn't child abuse, but it really was. And now I want to be the one to talk about this topic. So I'm gonna say to you, if you were if you were disciplined with a stitching cord, that's child abuse. I'm gonna really be honest, and I'm gonna break that down to you. Using any type of force of weapon to discipline a child is something that is child abuse. You may not look at it like that, but I can guarantee you, if you call up to the division of the child advocacy or any type of health department or any type of social worker or anything like that, they will be able to tell you that this is child abuse. And I guarantee you, if it's not child abuse, try to whoop your child with a extension cord in front of these people. I'm just gonna really be honest. So growing up, um, we were taught to go to the bushes and get your own switches, and we would get switches that have those certain, I wouldn't say we do it on purpose, but we were told to go get those particular switches and we would twist them up. Some of them would braid them up and they will whack you. And when they whack you, they will give you an instantly whip. Now, again, a lot of people watching this probably sitting up here saying, well, I came out all right, so ain't nothing wrong with me. I can guarantee you something wrong with you because you may have a disturbance going on mentally. You may have a pattern of child abuse that you pass on to your children. I don't encounter anybody now that I know of that whoop their children with extension cord. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I just, the people that's in my circle, I don't, I don't see it. I don't hear they're talked about like it was back in the day. And then sometimes people may say, well, that's what the children need to do. The kids are in crime and the kids are in all types of things. So this what they need now in order for them to get straight. Ma'am, sir, you're trying to introduce child abuse to a community. And I'm gonna really be honest with you, and I'm gonna continue to be honest throughout all of my videos. And I was having a conversation with my aunt the other day, and my aunt is 80 years old next year. And like she said, this was something that was never even talked about. And you wonder why sometimes us as the ones that were disciplined with it with those type of things, why we're not able to focus, why we're not able to talk, why we're not able to express ourselves, why we shut down without expressing ourselves. But whooping a child with the extension cord, and I've gotten disciplined with the extension cord too. I used to cry so much, and the whip would be in like the U shape like this of the extension cord. I used to rub my whips because it hurted me. I understand she had to discipline me, but why did she have to beat me? That's just my thought. And so this is something that I can understand. And again, this is something that was projected on to our people that we continue to use, what some people continue to use to this day. And it was a form of control. Back then, the master or the slave owner or the oppressor were using it as a control mechanism. So as our melanated people, that's all we knew was to beat them. And I'm gonna really be honest again, even if you watch the movie Color Purple, you will see that that's what she told him in order to control him. Oh, excuse me, in order to control her, to be her. Why? Because there's something that she's seen, there's a pattern that she's seen that men that beat their women is a form of control and power. And it plays the same part as being adult whooping a child or disciplining a child. It's a form of control and power. If I do this to you, I'm going to get you to do what I want you to do. But even if our elders, the ones that don't see it and the ones that say, "Oh, it made you a better person and all of that," but you broke me mentally. You broke me mentally to the point where I'm not able to do certain things. And you got to be okay with this. You got to be able to admit this to yourself that it was abuse. It was plumb out abuse. It's no way to hide that. There's no way to sugarcoat that. It was plumb out abuse. And again, like I said, I was having a conversation with my aunt, my great aunt to be exact. And we were just talking about different things. And I said, that's a subject that I need to touch on. That's a subject that I need to talk on. And having this type of abuse within the home, sometimes within certain reason, it makes certain individuals don't even want to have children. And when I heard this, I'm like, wow, how powerful can discipline me with a force of some type of weapon can cause me to not want to have children. So the thing that was said to me was that I didn't want to have to be able to do that to my children. I remember actually a couple of weeks, no, I'm not gonna say a couple of weeks, it was a few months ago. I took a cruise back in May for my 40th birthday. And I, for whatever reason, met this lady, and we was actually looking for a certain particular dining hall. So once we kept going from ship to ship to ship, we end up sitting down at the table with each other for dinner. And as we began to talk, the lady was from Atlanta. She was so successful, and she has came from the South. And I asked her, I said, "Well, what?" Don't get me wrong, Atlanta is still the South. I asked her, "What made you move to the South?" And she was like, "I just wanted a new start." She went to college and everything, and she was probably in her late 50s, and she didn't have any children. And what she said to me, she said, "I have nieces and nephews. I have great nieces and nephews. That's all I need." She said, "I don't plan on having children because what was done to me." Back in my childhood, I didn't wanna have to bear that or have the mind to think this what I need to do in order to survive with my children. She says, "I'm not, saying that I'm not successful." And she said, "I'm not saying that I don't love children." She said, "But I just didn't have any of my own because I just didn't want to. I didn't wanna do that." And at that particular moment, I kinda felt like it was kinda empty. But then I had to realize where she was coming from, the things that she encountered that I don't know that she didn't even share, you know? So, again, child abuse is something that sticks with the child. Like they say, children are sponges and they suck up everything at an early age. Imagining disciplining a child with ages 3, 4 on up, and you're using a switch. And I'm not talking about a gun switch. I'm talking about a switch off a tree, off a branch. And it's disheartening to even think about now. And I don't even know at what age did I start receiving discipline with the extension cord. In my mind, it broke me. It broke me and shambled me into pieces. So I would sit in the tub. Them things, them whips, they will burn. I remember one time, and I'm just telling so many stories. This is just ties into everything. So I remember one time I called myself gonna my teacher wasn't available at school and we had a substitute. So me and my homegirl, we thought that we were gonna go, and skip school. And we did. And we walked all the way from the school that we attended all the way to a grocery store. And when we got to the grocery store, we didn't have any money. By then we'd had already missed lunch and everything. I don't know what we thought we were gonna do, looking back. But all I know, we just was like, we skipped school. We didn't want to be in the class because of the substitute teacher that we had. So this here was a lesson learned for me. So as I began, we began to go in the store. The store was close to my home, and my homegirl was with me. And I decided that I'm gonna walk into the store and we're just gonna walk around. That was the initial thing. After we walked around and we just, kind of look at everything, just as looking. So I seen this candy, how the candy comes in a little sleeve of candy that you get at Dollar Tree for like $1. But anyway, they had that in the store. So this candy was open. So the single pieces that was in there, they were not touched. So I had seen somebody had already opened it. So me with them, with my mischievous self, I'm gonna go and get, a couple of pieces out of there. Cause I see, this is something I can get away with. So when I did that, y'all, I didn't know up above was a security window that could see everything that was going on. So the guy seen me do that. So he said that I was stealing. Which, you could consider it is. And even with today's time, you know how you go in a grocery store, you see some people done went over there and ate some of them grapes. Some people done went in Walmart, they done ordered a piece of chicken, piece of nuggets, or something, done bit that and put the paper back on the shelf. That's what I'm talking about. So I began to, I done ate a piece, and I'm asking my friend. I said, "Well, do you want some?" And she was like, "Yeah." She even ate a piece, but I'm the one got in trouble. So we both of us got pulled, by the guy that was in the window. He was a security guy. He pulled us into the office and got on us and called my mom. Y'all, my mama's from the South. And when I tell you, we got home because they was gonna release us to the police, but my mom came and got the both of us. So my friend mom was at work, so she couldn't come get her. So my mom came, got the both of us, and I'm thinking everything's gonna be cool, everything's gonna be fine. And when we get home, I'm chill, y'all, but I'm watching my mama too. And little did I not know. When I tell you my mama beat me black and blue, my mama beat me to a Hulk until I couldn't even scream anymore. My mama beat me. I'm being honest, and it was so embarrassing for me because my friend at the time, she had to sit there and she had to watch that. She had to enter counter that. And I was ashamed of that. Don't get me wrong, I've never stole anything else. I mean, I don't consider that stealing at the time that I did it, but it was stealing, to be honest. But I've never touched anything else a day in my life. I don't even go to the grocery store and eat those grapes and wash them down my throat. I don't even chew on none that I ain't pay for. I'm gonna really be honest with you. So I began to be very sad at my mom because I knew my friend mom, she wasn't gonna whoop her. I already knew that. She was the only child, and she talked to her. When everything was over, only thing she got was talk to her. I'm the one that got beat. I'm the one that got beat, and I will never forget that story. That story will resonate with me, even with my children. This is something that I know now to talk to my children. I'm not gonna discipline them with a stitcher cord or a switch. That's not something that I'm new gonna do because you have to imagine you as an adult trying to do something and somebody come along and beat you as a slave. And I'm not saying that you are a slave, but it's the same mechanism. You beating the children like they are slaves because that's what the slaves did. The slaves put you on a certain stem and all cross your back, all cross your shoulders, all cross your hind, all cross your chest. That's embarrassing. But nobody wants to talk about this particular subject. And again, I'm here to talk about it. So, with that being said, for now, this here topic is going to be a repetition of everything. But before I get out of here, I do want to let you know the domestic 1-800 hotline is 1-800-799-722-333. So if you're going through some type of abuse, give this phone number a call and they will get you in the right direction. Doesn't matter what state that you're in, they're all connected worldwide to get you to somebody that can help you. And for me, if you want to reach out to me, go to Phenomenal Reflections, and that's Reflections with an S, 2024 at gmail.com. Email me and let me know what you think about this particular topic. If you want to call in at 901 501 5456. And again, if you really want to talk about this conversation, if you want to come on and tell me and what your encounter is as child abuse, then I'm all here for the conversation. Again, thank you for watching the Phenomenal Reflection Podcast. I'll see you on the next show. Bye bye for now. Oh, that's so bad.